My name is Julia San Roman. I have three pieces of work, paintings in the now exhibit, and they are portraits of Latino immigrant laborers, in this case, female. They belong to my series, The Hours, which means the sick leave hours that they have accumulated along their lives. The reason I know this is because I came face to face with it while I worked part-time in the medical field. I heard a lot of their stories, the stories of these Latina immigrant laborers, and I decided to bring them to the level of icon because they fearlessly and resiliently perform intensive physical tasks ranging not only from housekeeping or agricultural labor, but to things like cleaning fuel spills in warships. And they do continue performing these tasks even when they fall sick. They need the income for themselves and for their families. Sometimes they are not allowed to take sick leave. Sometimes they are afraid to ask for sick leave. Sometimes they keep going because they need the income. Um, During the pandemic, they also crossed the line into performing typical male jobs because they lost their job, the current job they had. And some of them got injured and they still kept going. So, and they also raised their families in the meantime. So to me, they are silent heroes because we often don't see them. I mean, they walk around, but we don't see them. They are hidden, performing their basic tasks. So they are truly important. I believe they are the base of the American society because they perform these intensive tasks that some other people wouldn't want to do, and they also generate great profits for the employers that they hire. Um, I didn't want to deconstruct their faces like I have been doing in other figure series of mine. I wanted to bring their faces to the full resolution. And then I didn't want to be very um, uh, typical of portraiture. I wanted to create something new, to add some certain level of abstraction to their body or other areas of the painting. And I also included some um, digital images that are transfers that represent every specific theme. The one that you are looking at right now is called 325 hours and called the fasteners. And the digital transfer that I added is some nails and screws. In some others, I didn't do digital transfers. I painted fields because they do field labor. And in some others, I just depicted, I transferred the images of wheels because to me, they move the society. And it's an important subject to bring right now because there is this controversy with the emergency or coming of immigrants to our Western societies, not just to America. It happens in Europe too.
Julia, I am very curious. I've seen the photos of your paintings, and I have just been taken by the imagery of the flowers with these women's faces, the flowers so delicate and the women so strong. And I'm kind of wondering what that symbolizes to you.
They tend to put flowers in when they dress ethnically. They put the flowers adorning their face, their head.
Yeah.
And to me, they offer us flowers because they are nurturing it with the work and the tasks they perform so silently. I go back to the idea of silently. That's why I wanted to bring them to the level of icon and make them big, because it is so unjust, unfair that people don't like them coming in here. We are in a state where we understand the value because we are a border state and with a huge Latino population, and we understand it here, but not so much in other states in the country. So to me, the flowers represent what they give us. It's a poetic license that I'm using.
The other thing that I noticed, especially seeing them in person, is your use of like spilling some paint. They're so beautiful. The paintings are absolutely gorgeous. And yet then you'll find this little area where she's let paint drip down. I'm wondering now that you're talking about the immigrant thing, is that showing the essential worker quality of what they do? Or is it just to not make it so beautiful that everything's wonderful? Is it just to put a little realism into it, or?
A combination of the two, Kathy. Thank you. It's a great question. Definitely is because I don't like perfection.
Yeah.
To me, imperfection is perfection.
And yet
but
your paintings,
also,
yeah, they're so beautiful.
They also endure amazing things, believe me.
Yeah.
And they do it fearlessly. They're proud of it.
Beautiful.
I have to say what I thought was so interesting that about both of you, your work, that Kathy's depicting women that we all know, that, you know, we know their names, they're in the news all the time, we know them. And Julia's are the women that we don't know, you know, but they are just as much a part of, you know, our society and an important part. And I thought that was interesting as a contrast between the two of you, you know, the way you interpreted iconic women that way. I kind of think that's very cool that you have such a different take on it, but equally important.